Here I will discuss about the female reproductive structure. There are two parts of the female reproductive structure. One is primary sex organ, which is composed by two ovaries, and another part is secondary sex organ. All related organ to the female reproductive system are under the secondary sex organ. Now this is the ovary. There are two ovaries which located either side of this uterus. This is the uterus, and the ovary is located to the lower abdomen region. The ovary is surrounded by the germinal epithelium layer, germinal epithelium layer, and there is another layer which is tunica albuginea, and then there is a stroma. This is the three part of the ovary, and this ovary is attached with the uterus by a ligament, which is ovarian ligament. There is another ligament. This is also ligament, which is broad ligament. And this part, this tube like structure, is fallopian tube. Fallopian tube, which is 10 to 12 centimeter in length. 10 to 12 centimeter in length. The first part of the fallopian tube, which is somewhat funnel shaped, this is infundibulum. And the finger like projection is fimbriae. And this part is ampulla, which is the widest and the longest part of the fallopian tube. And after that ampulla, there is a isthmus, and by this isthmus, fallopian tube attached with the uterus. This is the structure of the uterus, which is inverted pear shaped, hollow, muscular structure, and it is present in between the urinary bladder and the rectum. There are three parts of the uterus. The first part, this is the broader part, which is fundus. Then there is a middle part, which is body, and this is the cervix. This is a tube-like channel which have two pores. One is anterior pore. This is called the external os, and this is the internal os. With the help of this external os, it is attached with the vagina. This part is vagina. The entire uterus, there is a three type of tissue. The upper tissue, which is perimetrium, and the middle part is the myometrium, and the inner part is endometrium. This is the three layer of tissue from upper side to inner side. And this uterus, it exhibit the highly contractile muscle. This is the female lateral view of the female reproductive structure, and this is the uterus, which is present in between the urinary bladder. This is a urinary bladder, and this is the rectum. In between this urinary bladder and rectum there is a uterus, and this tube like structure, and this is the cervix, and this is the vagina. Now we'll see the detailed structure of this vagina. This is the structure of the female genitalia. The outermost covering, this is the outermost covering, is mons pubis, and this mons pubis is composed by fatty tissue and covered by pubic hair. There is a pubic hair. This is the pubic hair covering the mons pubis, and then there is a labia majora. This is the labia majora, leaf-like structure, and after that there is a labia minora, another leaf-like structure folding, and the upper side of these labia minora, that is the junction between these two labia minora, there is a clitoris, finger like structure, clitoris, and below this finger like structure or clitoris there is a opening which is urethra, and then below this opening of urethra there is a vaginal opening which is covered by the hymen, and inside this vagina there is a two gland present which is called Bartholin gland. This gland secrete mucus which lubricates the vagina. The another part of the female reproductive structure is mammary gland, as it nourish baby. This mammary gland is undeveloped till puberty. After getting puberty it starts to develop, and the apex of this mammary gland there is a nipple. This is the nipple, and around the nipple there is a dark pigmented area, and this dark pigmented area is called the areola, which is composed by sebaceous gland. And internally the mammary gland there is a three type of tissue. One is glandular tissue, second is fibrous tissue, and third one fatty tissue. In a glandular tissue there is a lots of lobes. In each each mammary gland there is a approximately 250 lobes, and each lobes there is a number of lobules, and inside these lobules there is a grapes like alveoli. This is the alveoli. Inside the alveoli the milk is produced, and milk passes through this mammary duct and stored in the mammary ampulla, which is also the mammary duct, but the swollen part of the mammary duct where milk is stored. The main function of this mammary gland is to produce milk, which is called the lactation. For the production of the milk, there are two hormones. One is prolactin hormone, which helps in milk production, and another hormone is oxytocin, which help in ejection of the milk. This is the two hormone related to this milk